Hello and welcome back to the channel. I have a few questions for you before we get into this video. Where do you go when searching for something online? Where do you go when you need a new phone or a computer or headphones? And where do you go when you shop online? We're going to answer all three of those questions today in this video. And in doing so, I'm going to give you the best long-term stocks to buy right now and hold for the long term, as long as you want, probably until 2030 and beyond. At least that's the way I would be thinking about this. So let's get right in it. First one is Alphabet or GOOG, Google, right? So before we get into all three of these stocks, and you could probably see them already on the screen, but hang in there because I'm going to give you some really interesting insights, really interesting information on each one of these. And I think you're going to have, you're definitely going to get some value out of this video as we talk about these three. But before we get into it, I am not a financial advisor, just for entertainment and informational purposes only. However, I've done a lot of research here on these three. I am invested in two of these three and looking to open a position in a third. So here we go with Google. It's the #1 most popular website in the world. Okay, Google, #1. Interestingly enough, here we are on this platform, YouTube, which is owned by Google. That is the second most popular website in the world. As we know, everything and anything that can move online is moving online. And that trend has only been proliferated with the current situation related to the global pandemic. Over 3.5 billion searches 3.5 billion searches are made on Google each and every day. 75% of the internet search market and 85% of the mobile search market happens right here on Google. You could take a look. This is the chart in the 2-year period. Now, this is a 2-year period for Google. So you go back way in 2019. This thing was $1,119. Way back this month in 2019, a little bit later in that month, right? Here's really close to it, 610. So as of tomorrow, this would be 2 years, opened up a little under 1,100. Here we are closing in, we're actually up today, up 0.5%, closing in on $2,500 per share on Google. And if this doesn't give you enough indication that Google is here to stay and it will continue to dominate the search world, think about the word Google. Anytime a brand or a company becomes a word in a language, they're doing pretty good. We now say, just Google it. It has become a word in our language, and it is no longer just a company or a brand. Google is my #1 long-term stock to hold. Let's move over to #2. So while Google dominates search engine traffic around the globe, Apple dominates the mobile applications world and currently has the highest market cap of any public company in the entire stock market. Here's their 2-year chart. So we take a look at a similar metric. We go back from this day in 2019, it opened up at $47.95. Now, there was a split in the stock price here throughout this 2-year period. So you may ask, well, why is it only $127? It hasn't gone up that much. Oh, yes, it has. We had a split in the stock market price. And so now it's actually a pretty nice opportunity for new investors, somebody looking to open up a position in Apple, to jump right in. I'll tell you this, a lot of the professionals out there in the finance world, they give a buy target of around $139 on Apple. They believe even at $139, that's a buy. Right now it's at $127. So coming off of some unbelievable earnings reports, and we're going to get to those in just a minute, Apple really hasn't moved that much. And I don't think, I think it should have. I don't think it should have stayed this flat. However, it gives us a great opportunity to jump on board here. I do own Apple. It's one of the two I do own. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about, their services and why they're such a great company. So #1 market cap in all of the stock market, whether it's phones, AirPods, computers, watches, you name it, Apple has it and they do it well. They take pride in privacy. Services like the App Store, Apple Care, iCloud, Apple Pay, Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, Apple Arcade, and others helped Apple's service revenue, just their service revenue, back in Q1 of this year, 2021, rise by 27%. Apple's wearables, watches, AirPods, you might have a few, that also rose 25% in 2021. In terms of iPhone revenue in Q1, of course, we had the iPhone 12 come out not too long ago, surged 70%. iPads, get this, in Q1, jumped just under 80% at 79%. So why do I love Apple? Well, obviously, these numbers are indicative of that. However, there's a bigger future for Apple. So one thing Tim Cook has done at Apple is he's really remained pretty quiet, and he hasn't bought up as many companies as some people think he should have, right? Being the highest market cap in the stock market, they can go in and really wreak havoc and buy up companies similar to what Amazon has done and what Microsoft has done. Now, Apple does do that, but just not on the scale that people think perhaps they should. However, I tend to believe that they are holding back for a big power play into the new technological world that we are infringing upon, whether it be EVs. We've got Apple Car, check it out, the Titan, go look it up. Now, I know it's been rumored for a long time, but can you imagine if Apple technology is just in some of the vehicles in the future? Think of the technology that Apple has built and the ecosystem of people that they have within their company, and how they're so much used to using their technology. Now think of all these different ventures that they could perhaps pursue in the future, whether it be in artificial intelligence, whether it be in robotics, whether it be in automation systems. Apple is primed for a big, big future. So that is number two. Number three, want to buy something online? Where do you go first? Well, AMZN, ticker symbol, Amazon.com. So when looking for a product, about half of the US adults start their search with Amazon. More searches draw more what? Advertisers. We get this out of Deegan 2021 and of Investors Business Daily. Amazon continues to dominate the world of online shopping. Look at this 2-year chart, by the way. Look what they did during this pandemic. Just insane growth here. Just insane, skyrocketing growth here. Amazon continues to dominate the world of online shopping, and companies all over the world are partnering with AWS, Amazon Web Services. Now, Amazon's cloud computing unit, AWS, they're doing this. They're partnering with AWS because it proves to them that it's better at cost, it's more cost efficient, it's better speed of innovation, and there's just more capabilities. So you're seeing a lot of companies partnering with AWS. This trend is sure to continue as we continue to recover from the pandemic. Amazon has plans to expand its virtual health care program across the United States and plans to expand its prescription drug business, which could be enormous for the future. Amazon Care can dispatch a medical professional to a patient's home for care. That is something in the works that's happening right around the corner. Also, another thing to keep note of with Amazon is their space and footprint in the streaming world. Recently acquired Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, which has been around for a long time. They recently acquired this company for a cool $8.45 billion to enhance their efforts in this area. So these three companies are my top three best long-term stocks to buy right now. It's Amazon, it's Apple, it's Google. Sometimes it's just that simple. Look at the companies who are changing our world and leading in the key areas and key technologies that are changing our world, whether it be AI, robotics. These companies are right at the forefront of this shift, of this technological revolution that we find ourselves in as a society right now. So if you got some value out of this video, please like and subscribe. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. And I will see you in the next video.